driving 6 miles to Chicago. Got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
What up, world? Welcome to the Fives of the Week podcast. It's your boy, Philly.
Grandmaster B.
Hollywood Apple Snatch.
And we got not one, but two special guests in the building. We got C Rebel and Miguel.
I'm not really a special guest anymore at this point.
Yo.
Regular.
You really like to toot your own horn, don't you?
I like to play it a little bit here and
You
there.
like a Spangoli.
The guy would suck his own schmealier if we let him.
Schmeal.
You guys like hearing it. You keep inviting me back, so there's something about those sounds that you like hearing.
I just want to say, did you get approval for that Tiger Cats hat today?
Let's just say save the drama for your mama.
Okay,
I'll leave it at that.
Okay, we'll leave it alone. Anyway, so
Make sure
Rebel,
that
Miguel,
don't get edited. Make sure that don't get edited.
it's not.
Yeah.
Good to see both of you guys. Thank you for coming on as
Thanks
always.
for having us.
Yes, boys.
It's a full house tonight, but we love it. It's going to add a little flavor to the show, so a lot to talk about.
It'll get live. Trust me. It's
We'll,
gonna go
we'll start
directions.
down there. C Rebel, how you been, man? What's new?
Working a lot. You know what I mean? Looking for a new car right now. Got daughter getting ready to start college here pretty soon. You know, busy things right now.
Kind of car you looking for, a Kia?
Something that 4 wheels and starts up right now. I'm giving my car. I'm giving to my daughter because I'm buying that for her, and I had to go buy myself something.
Which
now.
one you got?
The 2022 Trailhawk.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really want that, but my car had broke down a couple times when I was driving before that.
Is that
So
the
I-
gray one that's in the driveway?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I was like, "What can you get me in this brand new right now?" And they were like, and they pointed at it was in the showroom. I was like, "Yeah, I'll take it right now."
Yeah.
35 minutes, I was out the door with it.
Damn,
Yeah,
big
right.
baller.
Yeah, I give it credit.
Nice.
I ain't big baller, but it's pretending I do.
I'm still pissed you got a way better deal than I did over there at the Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Like I said, when you're a baller, you can be a shot.
No big money down. I mean,
know.
we gonna do?
I drew some money down. That's why I did it, though. I waited to that point. And I also, my father got me that Chrysler discount, too, on top of it. Plus, I put $5,000 down. And you got a 6-cylinder, and I've got a Hemi, and I'm paying literally $100 cheaper than you.
Well, we talked about this before. I
Right.
had the Hemi, my white one. It was Hemi, fully loaded, everything. I was paying like less than $350 for it. Third lease, really good credit, and $1,500 down, and I'm paying what I'm paying. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
And it went up.
I'm literally paying $100 cheaper than Hemi. Come on, going from the Hemi to the 6-cylinder, you got to.
When I ran into a guy at the gym, and he's like, "Hey man, do you have the issue when you're trying to accelerate where it stalls a little bit? Have you heard anything about
Yeah.
that
Yes.
on the 6 cylinders?"
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not the only one. He's like, "Yeah, I don't know what was going on with these." Like, I've been waiting to find somebody that has the same truck as me. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. It's been an issue.
Yeah.
Well, if you remember, the first one I got was for my wife was a Hemi. Then we went to the 6-cylinder. I hated it. I was thinking it was a POS.
Yeah.
And then when she went to get another one, I was like, "Look, if you don't get a Hemi, you can pay for it yourself."
What does POS stand for?
Piece of shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yes. Clarifying. So, GMB, how you been, man? How's your week?
So far, so good. I mean, we are packed here tonight. Not the fact that we,
Especially on that side of the table.
This is a
Holy
beefy.
shit.
We're an
Question.
offensive line right
Do you
here.
feel like you're in a pickle jar right now?
No, but I'm glad I have my mascot above us.
Maybe a
so
can of sardines or.
I'm wondering, we might need a little volume down here.
I think I'm trying to lose weight. You guys, you're trying to. I know you're trying to get in shape. Everybody is, right? I was talking to my buddy today, and
I'm a shake.
he was talking about how fat his wife's getting and all this other stuff. And he's like, "Yeah, man, we got a little kinky last Saturday. Got some edible underwear on her. Man, I got full after eating the waistband." Come on, man.
I don't know if that's really true.
Thank you very much.
I don't know if that's really true, but the punchline was good.
Is that Carmine's wife, with the mole on her head?
Roll up, man.
Look at that big bitch over there.
Yeah, everything's going good, man.
Just
Go
kidding,
back.
Moo Moo.
I'm glad. Miguel, man, how you been, dude? Good to see you. It's been a
Good.
minute.
Thanks for having me back, guys. It's been good, just working, getting ready for summertime and everything like that. Just ready to get on the course.
Can't wait.
Get out and swing the sticks. I know C Rebel's been talking that he's a golfer a little bit. I want to see
Yeah, I'm a golfer.
C Rebel get
Yeah,
out
I'm
and
about
swing the
as much a
sticks.
golfer as Bobby Boucher.
Right.
So yeah, no, everything's been good. Just ready for some warm weather and everything like that for sure.
I'm ready to swing the clubs and probably hit the beaver tails longer than the ball. But
Hey.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's how I do it. But
Hey, nothing. It's enjoyment out there. It's
Yeah.
it's just relaxing.
for sure, love the game, man. It's great.
I tried to play, but I ended up getting drunk by hole 7. I'll drive the beer cart. You guys come over.
You can do everything else great, but golf. You're telling me?
I can probably do golf good, but I can't stay sober that night at golf course.
Four.
I don't know. It
Maybe
just,
that's my issue.
For
too.
some reason, it just flows there. You know, it's like
I'll have to get out on the golf course this year and see it swing them.
I'm good driving. It's just once you get into the tee.
Hey, Tiger, chill.
What about you play golf? You said you got.
I can
Tell us about
drive.
your golf clubs.
I can drive until
Let's
you
hear
get
about
my
these
golf clubs.
You
Yeah.
think he's got some attire, Miguel?
He's probably got some nice gear. He's probably got the swag. He's probably got the Nike polo, the Nike pants, the Nike shoes. He's probably got a nice bag.
Sounds
too, I
good. Keep
assume,
going.
right?
I'm just trying to get what kind of swag I got.
Hey,
Titles,
if I saw
got
myself in
pins,
clothes like those, I'd have to kick my own ass.
He's got the checkered shirt.
Yeah, we'll have to get out there. We'll
Yeah,
have to go.
no, for sure.
Get a group and go.
I'll drive the cart.
Sounds good to me.
Did you have? Isn't it your turn to say? Well, how's your week going, bro?
Oh, not bad. Just got off work here about an hour ago. Not bad. Just getting ready for this draft to come up and stuff like that. I'm liking what's been going around in the league. I mean, just the weather's starting to break a little bit. It's supposed to get 50 on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Feels so good. Every day, I get to see these people come into work, and you're looking at them, from cold, and you give them a little bit of sun, you see how they change.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. You know what I mean? They're just all delighted. That mood just changes just like that.
I was about to wear shorts and a t-shirt here. No joke. I was like, it's nice outside.
Yeah,
Almost good.
Puts you in that mood, a good mood, man.
You work in a better place than me because winter, summer, fall, everybody looks miserable in my building. It don't matter what season it is, what holiday it is. You work at Acumen, you walk in with your head down, just pissed off.
In the shop, huh?
Oh, man. I mean, I can't really complain because it's provided me a pretty good life. But
Yeah.
Yeah, do what you gotta do, man.
You got to go outside sometimes.
That's what it's all
Like
about.
smoke break, it's sun break.
And I literally work in like a far corner of the building to where there's like literally I can see a door off in the distance. That's like my only light of day I get.
Oh, wow.
And every once in a while it's closed, but somebody will open it once in a great while, and I'll get to see the world. And I feel like a prisoner that gets to look out a window for a minute. Remember the Iron Mask? That's what I feel like. I'm looking for sunlight once in a while.
Yeah.
Billy, how's your week going, man?
Oh, what
Come
a
on,
sweetheart
bro.
this guy is.
Tell us a
huh?
little bit about how the week has been going for you, my brother.
I can talk now. It's okay. All right, thanks, man.
You can go.
You know,
Wait a
we
minute,
got-
wait. No, I'm just kidding.
We got St. Patty's Day coming up, so got the day off. I don't know why, but plans fell through, and that's okay. I went out with my brothers, went to Blossom Heath, saw some old people I grew up with. Jam and Jamie, shout out to Jam and Jamie,
Jam and
great
Jam and
DJ.
Jamie.
We all know him from back in the day. So
I
that's
don't know
cool.
him, but I was shouting.
Can we
about
get him on the show?
I'm sure. Why not?
I'm telling you, it would be great. The beats over here,
Get the setup going.
Yeah, man, just have him when we start talking Tiger baseball and everything.
Oh yeah.
You got to get him on.
I talked to an old friend, Amanda, and she said that he does his thing at like her baseball games and stuff like that, and so it's a cool thing. It was good to see him.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, man.
Always a good thing, man.
Excited about the tournament coming up.
March Madness.
Yeah. So it's right around the corner. I know
Who's your
everybody's talking
team?
about it. I got Alabama.
Alabama got
I think it's their year. I think this year out of all years is the year that there's not a clear-cut favorite. So they probably have the best team, but who knows? Could be Michigan State, could be Texas, like me and
Could
Miguel
be
were talking
Michigan
about
State.
before
Yeah.
before the show went on the air. So you never know. And I'm a Michigan fan, okay? But we didn't make the tournament. So what do you want me to do?
We almost lost last
don't-
night in the NIT,
don't.
too. It was a close game against Toledo.
So it is what it is. Yeah. So I was helping my son fill out a resume. That's how you know you're getting older.
But it's
I
not
was texting with-
applications anymore to work at it.
It's a resume for his first job.
Right.
So we're building that up and getting him to apply, you know what I mean? And it's just crazy. It made me feel old, like, wow, here we are,
Made you feel like old Dickens.
No good time, yeah.
I think that's very cool. And it sounds like it's a really good way of getting a young kid acclimated to the real world.
For sure.
Resume.
Yeah.
But what does he put down for like work experience? Like that would be the part I would be like, was that the
That's where we
challenging
struggle.
part?
Kept my room clean.
Right. Well, I put his ass to work. He'd have a laundry list if he did what the chores were here. But at the end of the day, he did one job under the table. You know what I mean? So we put that down and just kind of gassed up everything else. You got to start somewhere, man.
What you wanna
So
do?
we just need one person to give him a break.
What do they expect a kid like that to write in a resume? Went to class all the time. I mean, they know they don't have experience. Or
So
doing
Hollywood, to
anything.
answer your question, we're trying to get him into retail. Just a simple job.
Sorry.
But C-Rebel, now back to you. What was your first job?
I tell you what.
What's your first job, man?
I was 11 years old. I worked at a place called Advanced Tent and Awning, and they were making awnings and stuff for all the porches. And
Advanced
stuff like
Tech Yawning?
Tent and Awning.
okay.
I was like, that yawning.
Tent and Awning. Tent and Awning.
Did you say horny?
Make sure we're on the same page, Brad.
Awning. And I would come in after school, at 11 years old, and I would vacuum the floors from all the mess they'd make up.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I pushed carts, man. It was my first job. You got to start somewhere.
Somewhere.
Build some independence up, and So been a good week otherwise.
Good.
No complaints, man.
Everyone's looking for workers, so I could only imagine. I mean, you can go apply at a bunch of places. It's his picking almost, honestly.
Yeah,
Ford's hiring too. It's a big sign.
yeah. We're gonna hire 16-year-olds though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You get them out of high school, and hopefully things change for them. You know what I mean?
Those jobs are kind of slim dickens. You gotta.
Oh, they got a big wave
I
of
don't know.
people.
You
They
ever
got
driven a
wave
Ford?
coming.
They drive like a 16-year-old built them.
I don't. That's a good point. I've always been a Dodge Chrysler.
But
guy.
you got a big wave of the big three coming up. That's your 30 years, and there's going to be.
Is there really a
of-
big three anymore? I mean, big three from the way me and you know it is not the big three anymore.
No,
I don't
I'm
even
not
like
so
the term
sure.
big three anymore. You know what I mean? The big three when I was a kid was Ford, Chrysler, Chevy.
I think they call it the Chingtwee.
Right.
Well, your big three is what? Tesla, fucking Mercedes, and what's the
Yeah,
other one?
I'm old school.
Bentley.
My big three is Ford, Chrysler, and Chevy. But what's Chrysler anymore? Stellantis.
We're a strip joint.
Yeah.
Stellantis.
We're a strip joint.
You're right. We're an 80s strip joint when they
My
used to take all
God,
their
do you
clothes
ever
off.
stop talking?
5 names we've had since I've been there. 5 different names. Sad.
Is it just from getting bought out?
Bought out.
Yeah.
Like a trick bitch.
Well, Daimler didn't really buy you guys out. Daimler came in, ass raped you, and left and said, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
What's good about it?
Marcioni really.
It was so bad, not to interrupt, but it was so bad when the buyout happened, when the government had to bail out Chrysler and Chevy. With Chrysler, it was so bad from what Daimler did to them. Just honest to God, you could look it up. Part of the buyout deal for Chevy is they had to share some of their Allison transmission technology with Chrysler because their transmissions were so bad they weren't going to make it, and the government wasn't going to give Chevy any money for sharing some of their transmission technology. That's how bad it was there for a minute.
You know when I know it was real bad? When I drove down the aisle today and I seen that pallet filled, it carries about 10 buckets, and it said True Grease on the side. So I know we're getting screwed.
Come on.
What are they
Grease.
using that for? This ain't going to be enough. We need to get more.
Lube them up.
So, you ready to spin it around for the world news?
This is Tom Brokaw.
Go ahead, Philly.
No, go ahead, Grass.
No, I wasn't ready for mine. I thought, well, you're the leader.
Sound like
but
Rebel over there.
I got to ask permission, man.
Oh, no, you don't, man. I'm just going with the Nomer flow. I'm not ready for my new
Normer,
segment
huh?
yet.
All right, Hollywood, go ahead and kick us off. Brad.
This is Tom Brokaw,
There he is.
gentlemen here. The other day, anybody hear about the amusement park where they took the 400-foot what you call it, carnival thing down that kid had fell off of, that teenager they'd lost in Missouri? They finally took that down and laid that to rest too.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Good thing. Another one, Sidney Holmes, 57-year-old, was for a robbery, armed robbery. This guy gets 400 years
Wow.
for holding up a man and a woman on an armed robbery. Where do you get 400 years?
I have no idea.
Do you think that's maybe like a little political to try to throw
I mean,
extra?
and he
on
was a
top?
black man.
Honestly, I was just gonna say it. I'll be the I call it racist.
That's
you can come up
absurd.
straight- I call it racist.
Yes.
Because you could come up with that story you got. There's 1,000 other stories
Yes.
about a black kid that stole a Coca-Cola, got 30 years. A white kid that beat up his wife and put her in a coma, got
Yes.
6 months.
Couldn't
probation.
prove. Well, I think it looks like him. You know, they all look the same. It looked like him.
Yeah, yeah,
And you
yeah.
give this guy the. How do you? But where do you come up with 400 years?
It's like the
Isn't
most,
100 enough?
most random number, like
Yeah, like-
400.
400
ignorant.
years. It was like the judge was standing up on top going,
Yeah, and they proved, and this guy kept saying over and over, it wasn't him, it wasn't me, and they proved it found that this guy was nowhere near, and all they told him was, "We're sorry, our bad, we made a mistake." This guy broke down and cried. He goes, "I lost a lot of things in my life that I can."
how many
never
years
get back."
did he leave it?
He served, what was it, 34 years?
Yes,
34
34
years.
years. He's
His life.
57
So
years
what-
old now.
So this is 2023. So he went in at what?
He did an 89.
89.
89.
Our bad. We're sorry. You can go home now. Our bad.
That's all you get.
What you get?
You know
no
what?
money, no nothing.
He said,
How
I've
do
seen
you,
this. He mentioned it's overwhelming that he was freed. He said when he got out on Monday, so without his Christian faith, he said, without it, he said he wouldn't have got through, but he just knew he was going to get out. And he said, I just have to keep on moving. I mean,
That just
what a
hurt.
positive attitude,
How do
though,
you
man.
do that?
It's
How do you
terrible.
move
I don't.
forward after 34 years of literally getting pulled out of the world and going by you for 34 years and just getting thrown right back into it?
And you don't get nothing.
tough.
I believe there should be something given to you.
Usually, normally for these wrongfully accused or
Yeah, but-
whatnot, there's usually some restitution that's paid
Yeah,
out.
it should be.
But
a
was this
million
found to be a
something.
wrongful conviction? Because that's a whole different
Right, right.
legality if it's found to be a wrongful conviction or early release.
Did they specify that? Was it wrongful or no?
Yeah, it was. It didn't. He was nowhere near the site at all.
So it was a
Okay,
wrongful
okay.
conviction.
Yes.
It wasn't an over sentence.
That man's owed money then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was still
Yeah.
over sentence.
What happened?
Well, it was
Nate,
still over
one of the
sentence, but if it
witnesses-
was ruled over sentence or if it was ruled that he didn't do it, that's two totally different legal terms.
You give a man life in prison, 25 years. 25 years is life. They consider life. Life without parole is forever. Okay?
LWOP.
So 25 years, but you kill. He didn't. He just held somebody up, right? Not him. Somebody else did. But since he looked like that guy, because they all look the same, right? That's what happened. And then you throw 400 years at him. That's just ignorant.
Needs to find a good lawyer.
But that's how some of these states run, and that's how they do.
Yeah, because that dude is a number, and a lot of these guys are in,
Sad,
prison, in
man.
Michigan prisons, and every prison, all the way, is there a number?
Or it's
Worth
like-
$63,000 a year.
All those
Yeah.
people that got like locked up for years for the like the weed and everything like that. Like people getting 10, 15 years for having frickin' an ounce on them.
Wow.
Like
Right,
that
right,
kind of
right.
stuff.
For a
It's crazy.
non-violent crime,
yeah,
right?
for
Yes.
nothing.
White boy Rick. I know we talked about him on the show, but I mean, what he did not spend 34 years in prison for the crime he committed. He spent 34 years in prison because he had a dirt on people that didn't want him out.
And they're the one that put him behind it, and then they screwed him.
Right? Yeah. Thanks for nothing.
And well, half those people that were against him are passed on now, you know.
The own law. Where
got
were they
screwed.
not accountable for?
And make the kid an informant.
Yes.
At a young age, they kind of trapped him is what they
They
did.
did.
They did, and they blew him up into be something he wasn't. They had him in this big drug kingpin. He wasn't nothing like that. I'd seen articles that he was a leader of the Best Friends gang in Detroit. No, he was not.
You know what it is too for these? They know they got to pin it to somebody, right?
Yep.
You throw enough shit at the wall, something's going to stick. So what they need to do is hit their numbers, make sure they can answer to everybody that's pissed off about it. So hey, you're the scapegoat, so we're going to pin it on you. And you're going to take the
That's
brunt of
exactly
this.
what it
And that's
is.
how it goes down a lot of times.
And with the Wick Wershey thing, there was a lot of stuff still open and free that they had this kid informant. Well, we got to cover this up somehow. Well, so that's how they covered it up.
Like they'll tell you, what we put down on paper, that's what'll stick. We recreate what happened.
And don't like the movie. Well, I've seen some interviews and don't follow that movie was shit. It was nothing that actually what happened. You watch any documentary from Rick Wershey after he got out of prison, he'll tell you the same thing. Don't watch that movie.
Did you hear about the lady? She's seen it, and she didn't know it was him. You know, she's like, she's like talking about. She goes, that kid, this and that. She goes, you know him? He's like, yeah, I know him. She's like, you know, I just really can't believe that they did that to him. He goes, yeah, I know. And he goes, I did a very long time. And she says, what do you mean by that? He goes, I am him. She's like, oh my God. Got up and hugged him and all that. She's like, holy crap.
That's funny you said that. Grandmaster B had a similar experience with him.
Yeah, I'm not usually starstruck till the first time I met this guy, Chuck Gibbons. But when I met,
That dude's a bad dude from Understand Me.
yeah,
I
and
understand. That's a
believe it or
bad
not,
dude.
Rick Wershey listens and follows us on our podcast.
What up, Rick?
What up, Rick?
What
We
up,
love you,
white
man.
boy Rick?
I actually tried to get him on the show at one point,
But he's on
but
it.
he's in a contract right now. They're doing a real documentary with his say-so in it, the way it really happened. He's going to be at the Andiamo showroom coming up to do an actual sit-down meet and greet. But you want to talk about a guy got the raw deal, man, right? I mean, when
In
you're
every
young,
aspect.
think about when you were 16, 17 and you had nothing but money around you. What kind, you can eat, your mind's not matured enough to get where you need to go, and you're hanging with people that you think got your back, but they don't.
I wouldn't even have been
And,
alive.
You know, I asked him, C. Rebel, that exact question. You know, what movie, what documentary, was it the one with Matthew McConaughey? Was it the other one? He said none of them. He says, I'm going to tell the truth. And he says, when it's my time, he says, you're going to hear the real deal. And he goes, now I can talk about it because, you know, he was gag ordered and all this other shit.
Yep.
He was an informant. It's a different lifestyle, obviously, but think about being that young, dude, and going into that situation. You ain't even right, you know?
For sure.
You just got your first boner a couple years prior to that, bruh.
Your life has been stripped. You don't know what your 20s are like. You don't know what your
Absolutely.
30s.
By 18, he was in prison.
Yeah, you don't know your 40s. That
Yeah, it's
you
tough.
can never get that back. You know, we say like about the COVID, how them years we lost.
Right.
That's just a small portion of what he lost.
He lost that times 27.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You'll never get back.
That's
And-
such a huge part of your life.
Well, the thing is about me is I grew up down in that area, and I seen all of that lifestyle with it. So what he went through, I seen it all. I seen a million Rick Wersheys in my lifetime go through all that.
Chuck was part of the Sugar Hill gang.
I grew up in that neighborhood, but Rick Wershey is just one story. Rick Wershey, if he was sitting here with us today, he would say, I'm absolutely right. For every one of my stories, there's 100 other stories of what the city of Detroit did to a lot of them kids back in the day. He was just one that happened to be majorly profiled.
Yeah.
The sad thing is, guys, there's a lot of people like him still in prison.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And he's an advocate for trying to help those people, just like others helped him.
Yeah.
That was one of the things he made a mention of when I talked
Big
to him.
Beach.
He's like, you know, there's a bunch of me out there. And he goes, and a lot of people don't know the whole story.
And I don't understand why it takes so long when they've had so many years to look in.
Well, thank
Because
God.
it's a
like
numbers
I said,
game.
I brought up that Hawkins guy. Remember, I think he was in there for 36 years, a couple podcasts ago. Thank God somebody, never gave up on that case, and they dug in deep enough to where they got the wrongfully accused overturned. So
Well, it's a numbers game. How many? You got your city police, your county police, your state police, your state. How many people you send into the court system and send to prison? So at some point, it's almost like a quota. Like you have to send them so many people, and when they run out of people to arrest, they manufacture a reason.
Yeah.
That's what keeps America is one of the most prison states in the country, in the world. Nobody prison people like America does.
Well, and this isn't a bash to police by any means. I think we all
No.
no, I'm not bashing
we
the police,
trust them.
but it's a numbers game. You know what I mean? It's
That's what
a
I'm
numbers
saying. Hold
game.
on a second, but it's not about that. It's more about that the system is somewhat broken. We need to do a better job of seeing things thoroughly through, as opposed to just pinning anybody to the wall and blaming them for shit. You know what I'm saying? We got to do a better job as a country and in our political system to right these wrongs, because that kind of stuff just can't happen.
Yeah, I agree.
It happens today. To this day, it still happens to this day.
Yeah. But as
That's
we
why
know,
need to fix it.
yeah, in a lot of countries, which is different than this, is they're usually a bullet to the head and that's it. That's the end for them in a lot of these other countries. So goes back to the judicial system that they have to change. But if you go tit for tat, yeah, we may have more prisons. They have more graveyards.
Yeah.
Because that's how they put theirs down. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
no system.
And the reason why they do that because they haven't figured out how to make money off that guy like we have.
They're not going to take care of him. He's a molester. He did this. There's no sense of me feeding him, letting him live anymore. I end his life. That's it. His parents, he'll have to deal with.
Yeah.
For those people,
Yes.
why pay taxes? You know what I mean? Why are we paying for people
I
like
know.
that to continue on,
Yeah,
or
and that's just unfortunately. I mean,
that are
that's the way it goes.
proven You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that have no doubt have done it. If you're gonna go at the execution route, which is I know it's a crazy deep subject, but you got to make sure, right?
Yeah.
You got to make sure it's right. But then, and if that's the truth, I'm for it. I'm sorry. It's just
I agree
there's a few
100%.
things that there's no gray area on for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's one of them.
I agree. There's people in prison right now that shouldn't be allowed to even breathing. In this state alone, in Michigan, there's people there that shouldn't even be allowed to breathing. Why am I paying tax for that guy to live?
But then you
after
have
the things he did.
You have the human rights signs. He's
Yeah,
a
well,
human.
if I'm gonna say it. If you're gonna hurt a child, molest a child, rape a child, I don't give a fuck about your rights anymore. Your rights mean nothing.
Doesn't
me
even have to
anymore
be
for
a
that.
child.
Yeah.
Do it to
Anybody, right? Anybody.
yeah.
But I'm saying child molesters is
Yeah,
the worst.
no, exactly.
And if you're gonna do something like that, your rights don't mean a damn thing to me anymore.
100%.
You gave up your rights when you decided to do something stupid like that, and you decided to be a predator in life.
I agree. So Hollywood, you got anything else?
That went a dark turn.
no,
there for
I'm
a
good.
minute.
I'm good on my news there.
Okay. Miguel, you got anything you want to touch on?
Yeah, I just got a couple quick things. Sometimes they say the rich get richer. Just seen an article today. Ryan Reynolds, part of Mint Mobile, sold to T-Mobile for $1.35 billion. Yeah, I don't know how much share he has
I was just
into
going to
it.
ask you that. How
Yeah,
much?
it didn't say how much he has into it, but I could only imagine he got a cool bag in that deal. So
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
And
so
he bought that on a whim, too.
yeah, dude, it's just like the same thing back. Like all these guys, they can invest some money into some little things, and then boom, turns out to be
Something they
gold
forgot
mine.
about.
Exactly. No,
Right,
but
right, right.
he's a big investor. He does a lot of commercials and all that kind of stuff with the Mint Mobile.
Yeah,
and
he-
stuff,
he
so
pushes that
He's
stuff.
big behind it and
Right.
things like that. So yeah, that's what I had. Some rich get
Well, that
richer.
goes into, remember a few years ago, and this goes right into your line of work.
Mm-hmm.
Remember 50 Cent, he invested in vitamin water, and he forgot he did it. You know what I mean? Oh, he had to do some $10,000 at it. 7 years later, he sold it for $400 million. He forgot he even spent that money on it.
Same Who are you? Flo Rida, $80 million from Celsius and stuff like
Right,
that. too.
yeah.
Just all these people invest into this stuff.
But
and-
that was just stuff at that time when they were first getting rich. They were just investing their money and stuff, and they had forgotten about some of the stuff they invested
no,
in.
100%.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
It's all it does is take somebody to believe in you and invest in you. That's what we're trying to do. So if anybody believes in us out there, please invest millions.
Don't forget to
We
like
will
us
not
on
do you wrong.
Spotify.
I believe.
Don't forget to like us on Spotify and
Apple Podcast.
Apple Podcasts.
There you
Just
go.
remember, if you don't know
YouTube.
TikTok, you don't know dick.
So I don't know if this is old news or not, but Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sold his 4 championship rings, 3 MVP trophies, and other memorabilia for $2.8 million.
To who?
And he donated it all to the youth leagues and stuff like
Oh,
that.
that's cool.
Youth
wow.
education programs. That's pretty dope. I mean, that's one of the greatest of all time, athletes of all time, to do something like that. I think it's pretty amazing. It's commendable. We get on people for all the wrong reasons sometimes, so I think the good stuff needs to be shouted out.
Yeah, that's good. I like
That's
that.
really good.
It takes a lot. You got
that's not
all.
something you can just buy and it be yours. You have to earn those.
It's putting your ego aside and all that stuff. So I thought that was really cool. And then the legendary greatest luchador of all time, Rey Mysterio, is going to the Hall of Fame, WrestleMania this
I did
year.
hear that, Ray.
He's my son's favorite. He was always a real cool wrestler to watch growing up, so I wanted to shout that out as well.
Yeah, that was nice. Did you see the wrestling match between him and his son Dominic the other night?
It wasn't a match. I think they're going to have a match at WrestleMania
Yeah,
eventually.
that little disagreement. I should have been Eddie's son,
right.
you know.
right.
But did you also hear about MJ? What he did at that event? Oh my God, it was horrible.
Oh, he actually took a cup of beer and I think or pop and spilt it on a kid.
Yeah, but it wasn't pop. It was tequila and something else. They found out.
Wow.
Wow, you wasted a lot of money.
Threw it right in the kid's face.
But this guy, he's trying to be like the super villain in wrestling
God.
in AEW, which is, WWE's
He crossed the
competitor.
line, did he?
Oh, he did. Yeah, Ric Flair was pissed about it. He goes, "Now
yeah,
I'm going
but
to
the
tell
fact
you."
that he crossed the line is going to just help his villain.
He
help
said
his
back in the
status.
day, you do that, he's getting his ass kicked in the locker room to a child. We don't go for that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he didn't give. He's like, I don't give an F. And I'm watching this interview with the man, and he's F bombing. I guess I feel a thorn. I got a devil's horn coming out of my head.
Yeah, we
And
got-
he's cussing, and it's like, dude, you sound
It's right here, Hollywood.
There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous.
Perfect time to do a Tyson drop.
I'm
Well,
going to eat his children.
Damn you. GMB, what you got over
All
there?
right, man. So the people of the Motor City have spoken. favorite chicken sandwich? Go around the room real quick. Anybody have a favorite chicken sandwich? You know, it's Popeyes, if it's KFC. It's got to be in the state, Miguel, because I know you're a world traveler. You have a favorite place down in Nashville.
Mine might surprise you, but it's actually Wendy's Asiago chicken sandwich.
Okay, I think you mentioned that before. So very popular. You have a popular.
I gonna be weird, but I like the Burger King chicken sandwich, the elongated chicken
original.
sandwich. Burger King.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
good
that's
too.
a good
I
one.
love that
I'm
sandwich.
a Popeyes kind of guy.
Okay.
So where I'm going with this is Guy Fieri from the Food Network is going to be opening up his first chicken place called Chicken Guy. It's coming to Livonia. There's plans for 17 locations in Michigan. So they've already piloted the product, and so they kind of know where they can put a footprint down. So 17 new chicken places are open up from Guy Fieri from the Food Network.